How's it going, everybody? Just going to do a quick video here with the sales update, but basically I just want to talk about expectations for this month, and especially for newer people or people that have been kind of feeling like January wasn't what they were hoping for, expecting. I just want to kind of give you the norm or kind of like the industry expectation, right? It's completely normal. So even if you're putting a lot of time into your new designs and listing products every single day, and you're actually hitting like these kinds of numbers, and you're not seeing any sales, I'm not gonna say don't ever check into your performance and do a bit of an assessment every once in a while to see if your designs are even good, if your titles are on point, brand names, description points in the description itself, all of that, of course. Like if you have a good design and you know what you're doing, like there should be some kind of response. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to the trend, the expectation is, at least my expectation is, that February is actually going to be worse than January. And for me, January was the worst month, I think, since I think we looked at this since October of 2020. So if you're kind of thinking, what is going on? The sales are bad as it is, and now you're telling me that's what's going to happen. Yeah, typically there's probably a drop, as you can see here, in sales in February, and those are just kind of like it's history, and a lot of people, as you can see here, January to February, there's a drop. I wonder if we can go even back. Okay, here there was a bit of a spike, but I think my account was fairly new, so it might have gotten tiered up. But basically what I'm trying to say is, don't get scared, don't get discouraged. A lot of comments that I get, there's two schools of thought. People that are just in this for the long term, and they're like, you know what, I don't care. Like $300 a month in the US, perfect. Great. $500 a month overall, $600 a month in profits, amazing, right? I'm gonna take it. And then there are those people that are kind of thinking, dude, you're tier 20,000. Why aren't you making, $10,000 in profits every single month? It doesn't matter. There shouldn't be an expectation. There should be your expectation based on your skill level and your, I guess, experience and expertise. If you're a professional graphic designer, if you've been in the t-shirt business for years, and this is kind of what you're generating as somebody who learned what print on demand was a couple of years ago, then yeah, I would say maybe you want to kind of look into that. But if you're learning just like I am, and actually going through this process, and you got your hits and your misses, and Amazon labels one of your products as Amazon's choice, and then you get a spike in sales. Maybe you run an ad and it actually works out, and you start generating sales and it's profitable. It's all part of the learning process. But I just want to tell you that, if February is pretty bad, there's going to be 10 other months this year after February that when you average it out, hopefully your royalties and your sales are actually going to be where you want them to be. So far, my February is actually all over the place. There's absolutely no consistency. Like right now, 4, and it's not even halfway through the day, is high if we're looking at what's been happening in the last couple of days, which is just amazingly terrible to me, because like to get 4 sales, and on this graph here, it actually shows up as one of the higher days. I honestly can't even tell you how I feel. The fact that it's February 4th, and this month I have 10 sales so far, $26 in profits, is again a disaster. But again, like that's not going to stop me. My total sales so far, 20, which means that I'm averaging about 5 sales. It might be actually by the end of the day, like it might be 6 sales a day overall, which is a drop from the way the January started, which was about, like, I was still hitting about 10 sales a day overall, even though my US sales were terrible. So all of that being said, if you have watched my channel, like, to me, it's not disappointing. It's one of those things, like the way that I would describe it, it's like, oh man, it sucks. Like, it sucks. Of course, like I want this to be 100, right? I want to hit 100 daily sales, but I'm not there. It's fine. You know, like I said, I got the whole year ahead of me. Like, it's not going to stop me from uploading, you know, new, old, repurposed designs every single day. These are the kinds of numbers that I'm looking at. Like, you know, in a year or two, hopefully just on its own, and with, you know, a lot of learning, and again, like, I'm considering doing some advertising, these numbers will grow. It's going to be fine, right? You're going to hit a trend. You're going to get certain holidays where your designs sell. You're going to get an Amazon's Choice tag, maybe even a top seller, which would be amazing. But again, it's fine if you're getting sales and if you're collecting profits. Like I said, if this isn't your business, if you're just kind of doing this as for, you know, passive income or whatever you want to call it, then you're doing pretty good. The only thing that I'll tell anybody who's a little newer is, do not give up. Do not listen to anybody, including me on YouTube, if I ever give you the sense that you should be doing better, right? If somebody's telling you, well, you're in this tier and this is how many sales you should be getting, and if that discourages you, that's on you. Do not let other people, you know, play with your mindset and how you feel about your own business and your motivation and all that kind of stuff. Figure out why you're doing this. Figure out if you actually want to do this, you know, for the next 10 years or however long, and just keep doing it. That's it. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be bad months. There's going to be bad years, like 2021 or 2020, actually. You know, COVID, nobody expected any of it. You know, Merch by Amazon sales were terrible for everybody. Stuff like that happens. But if you're still pulling money in, then that's amazing, because, you know, Merch by Amazon shouldn't be the only program that you're working with. There's so many other things, so many other businesses to explore. So just keep learning and keep doing whatever you're doing, and you're going to be fine. Anyways, I'll wrap it up here. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you soon.